it's kind of like slipping off her shoulder. But then again, it kind of adds to that kind of deconstructed casual look. She does, of course, have a Himalayan Birkin as well. Another Kelly 32. I think this could be a 32, you guys. And this just looks enormous on her. Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Jess. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, guys. And yeah, if you like handbag videos and shopping, please subscribe because I love talking about handbags. So I remember seeing Victoria Beckham being photographed quite regularly in Birkins and Kellys, and I wanted to share with you guys photos I found on the internet of Victoria Beckham's Birkin bag collection, or Hermes collection in general. Now, I don't remember seeing her in like a lot of different styles of Hermes bags. Like, I've never really seen her rocking a Bolide or an Evelyn or like a Her bag, but I have seen Victoria Beckham in particular. She's fond of the Birkins and the Kelly bags. So she does have one of the biggest collections in the world, I think. I'm sure there's many Birkins that she has that she's never been photographed with, like by the paparazzi. But yeah, back in the day, she had a crazy amount of Birkins. And these days, you don't often see her wearing Hermes bags. You would tend to see her more in her own label, which is Victoria Beckham. And her designs are a little bit more low-key. They aren't really driven by logos as much. And yes, she does have her own line of handbags as well, which you'll most commonly see her wearing as opposed to her Birkins. But nonetheless, she does have a very amazing portfolio of Birkins. So one of her most iconic ones, I think anyway, is her pink ostrich Birkin 35. Now, I remember seeing her with this new haircut. I remember that she like cut her hair this very specific short way, and I remember seeing it all over the magazines. And yeah, she chopped her like long hair, and she got this new cut, and she became even more, I would say, sophisticated than she was. You know, she used to be in the Spice Girls. She was Posh Spice, and you started to see her kind of grow into her own style. And anyway, she's wearing this like very, I don't know, like, I guess tailored dress with these interesting kind of like collar details. Very tailored with this big Birkin 35. Now, back in these times, I do think that the bigger Birkins were more in fashion. So you'll most commonly see Victoria wearing the Birkin 35. And weirdly, the Birkin 35 is not as popular these days. It's more about the 25 and the 30. And you can actually sometimes pick up Birkin 35s for incredible deals. So if you do want to get the OG look, definitely go for the 35. But yeah, this is, I'm actually not entirely sure exactly what this color is called. But yes, it is in the ostrich leather. Next, you've got her with a classic box Birkin. And this to me looks more like a size 30. Black with gold hardware. Can't really go wrong with this combination. It's, you know, just a everyday casual Birkin. Now, next, I did notice this photo of her with a big orange Birkin. Now, I do think this is more of a 35 in a grainy leather. Could be Togo. And she has a matching orange glove as well, which, you know, I just love that coordination there. And Hermes are very much known for their gloves as well. And they're made out of this super soft lambskin. So I wouldn't be surprised if that's an actual Hermes glove that she's wearing as well. Now, she does have quite a few exotic Birkins. So this is another one. It looks like it's in black with gold hardware. And again, it's in the size 30. She started with just a beautiful long winter coat. Here we've got another one. Now, I do think that this is a different shiny crocodile Birkin, but it's in this gorgeous dark burgundy shade, which is a very classic kind of color. It's come back into fashion just recently. I noticed a lot of people going for the dark reds. And you know, red is not always a super popular handbag color, but here in this darker shade, it tends to act a little bit more as a neutral. So a gorgeous color there. Here you've got her with a Kelly cut. Now, this silhouette is definitely back in fashion as well. And she styled it here with a little red dress. Here we have a Kelly 32 in Chèvre de Coromandel leather, I'm pretty sure. And it's in the Cellier construction with palladium hardware. Not a very common combination. I know a lot of people might say that this just looks like a typical Kelly, but actually it's not very easy to find Chèvre de Coromandel. And actually, I'm not even know if I'm saying it right, guys, but this was actually a leather that got discontinued, but it was recently seen on one of the most recent Hermes runway shows in a big Birkin. So I do wonder if they're going to bring this leather back. But yes, it is very fresh as well with the palladium hardware. It makes it look a little bit more modern. And yeah, Kelly 32 Cellier. I actually have a Kelly 32 Cellier myself. Maybe I'll wear it today. Mine is in Epsom with gold hardware, but you can see it's just a different vibe in the Chèvre, which is goat skin, with the palladium. I just think it gives it an entirely different look. So I see why people go crazy collecting different colors of Birkins and Kellys, because they come in so many different types of leathers, so many colors, so many combinations you can get, and it's just endless the amount that you can collect. I love this one. This is a Birkin 35 in a beautiful red with palladium hardware. Can't quite tell what specific red this is. And I can't quite tell what the leather is as well. It almost looks like it could be a Swift leather. It just looks a bit smooth in the photo, but, you know, stunning. I love a good red bag. Here we have looks like a Kelly. Could be a 32 or 28. It's a vintage one, and it's a combination of Rouge H box calf with a canvas panel. And this is something that you'll see in, like, I guess, vintage bags. It's not very common either. And you can tell that Victoria Beckham does appreciate vintage bags as well. She has in the past been photographed with even vintage Chanel bags. So she's definitely like a handbag enthusiast. I think when people kind of dip their toe into vintage and they appreciate the history of bags, they don't just buy bags directly from the store. It shows that they have a real passion, I think, for handbags, and particularly someone like Victoria Beckham who could afford to buy any bag. To see her sporting something vintage, it just shows that, yeah, she has an appreciation for, like, I guess, Hermes as a whole. And yeah, this is such a gorgeous bag with the gold hardware as well. And, you know, she tends to wear her bags quite relaxed, quite open. Yeah, she wears them in her own way. And, you know, it's a bit undone. It's not all done up and perfect, as opposed to the first photo where she was wearing her ostrich Birkin completely done up, which is actually something you'll notice people don't do very often. People usually wear their Birkins open, but I guess for a more polished look, closing the Birkin looks a little bit more put together, right? So it's interesting how you can actually make a Birkin look really a little bit more smart casual, or super duper super casual. I think when you wear it open, it's super casual. When you shut it all up and make it all look perfect, it can look a little bit more elevated. And particularly like bags like the Birkin Cellier, I think this bag actually looks better closed. Open, it's a bit like a box. So if you do want like a more of an elevated Birkin, I would even recommend a Birkin Cellier, although that's not as common. But anyways, okay, back to what was I up to? Here we've got, well, this is a very vibrant combination. She's got this fluorescent jacket with a green Birkin. Now, I believe this could be the color Vert Anise. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, guys. And I did get a video request to do a ranking of different Hermes colors, which ones I like the most and the least. And yeah, I'm definitely going to do that video idea. So thanks for the suggestion. But yeah, that is a really good idea. So I will be doing more of an overview of specific Hermes colors that are very collectible, and I'll rank them. But yeah, I'll make that video soon. That was a great idea. Thank you. And well, this bag in particular, the JPG Birkin, or the shoulder Birkin, has definitely come back into fashion. It was actually reissued just recently, and Victoria Beckham was photographed you know, I think this could have been the late 2000s, like around 2008 or so, in this JPG Birkin. And this one is in E-Tube. It's a size, I believe it could be a 42. This is a really heavy bag, actually. If you ever get to try one on, it's quite an interesting bag, not very practical. And when you wear it open, it's quite like an open bag. So it's very easy for stuff to just like fall out. I don't know. It's a bit of an awkward bag, but I would say it's back in fashion. Gorgeous Kelly. This is a Kelly 32 in Epsom, and it actually has a pink binding around the edges, which I think is quite a cute touch, and it has palladium hardware. I don't know what purple this is. It could be I don't know, guys. What is this, like Cassis or something? I'm not too sure. I recently got a Birkin 25 in, a Kelly 25 in a purple, and I'm pretty sure this is the color anemone, but I don't think that this one is the same color. And it has like this kind of special edition pink binding as well, which is really cool. So I'm going to assume the interior is like a hot pink color as well. So yeah, a bit of a special edition bag there. Here you've got a Birkin 35 in a really pale blue shade with palladium. So she's not afraid of color. She'll literally collect the whole rainbow, which is pretty cool. I know some people kind of just collect specific colors that, I don't know, either go match them or they're just drawn to certain colors. But you can see Victoria Beckham, she was very daring. She went for like all the colors. Here we've got another vintage Kelly. Another Kelly 32. I think this could be a 32, you guys. It could be 28, but I'm pretty sure it's 32. What do you guys think? And it has a tricolor. So this is gorgeous. It would be from the 90s, I believe. And I love this combination because sometimes tricolor can look a little bit crazy, but this one is really, really nice. Now this one is, I believe it's called a Kelly Relax, and it's a big travel bag. It looks a little ridiculous. You know, Victoria Beckham, she's a very slender lady, and this just looks enormous on her. Like, it's literally, she could probably fit in the bag. But yeah, it's a huge bag, right? So definitely a collector's piece, but it could be good for traveling. I assume it will fit a lot, and it's in the classic white color, so pure white. And she does, of course, have a Himalayan Birkin as well, which she's sporting with this more elevated look. Looks like she's dressed up for something. She's very sophisticated. This is when she started wearing her hair a little bit shorter as well. Here, this is a little bit more risque when bodycon dresses went in, or bondage dresses. And she's wearing a Kelly pochette in it's like a suede. I think it could be like a purple suede variation, which is not very common. I think it could be the Hermes Dobless. I don't know. I think it's called something like that when it's a suede. But yeah, she does have quite a few purple bags, right? So that's interesting. Another Kelly pochette, classic black gold hardware. So she is a fan of the Kelly pochette. Oh, here she is again with her Birkin. Classic white Birkin with palladium hardware. And this is in the size 35. Now, white is actually very easy to style, so it does look like that she does wear this bag quite often, and she's wearing it very casually, literally just with sports clothes as well. So she definitely takes her Birkins to like all occasions, it seems. Here we've got a Birkin 35 in gold, classic gold with gold hardware. You know, can't go wrong with that combo. I think that's just like one of the most timeless combinations you can probably get. My good friend Super Jacob actually has a Birkin 35. Go follow him, I'll link him below, and he's got it in black with gold hardware. I would say the Birkin 35, when you really think about the Birkin, it is technically probably one of the most classic sizes. I don't have a Birkin 35 myself, but yeah, I wouldn't mind getting one day, but I don't know what combination I would get. I think gold with gold for me is probably too classic. But I do like the oversized look. It is growing on me, to be honest. Weirdly, she used to also wear her Birkin 35s under her shoulder. So I've noticed that she was photographed wearing it like a little shoulder bag, which, to be honest, it looks a little bit awkward. It just looks a bit silly. I think the shoulder Birkin is great because it allows you to actually wear it on your shoulder. But the Birkin 35, I don't know, guys. I guess it looks quite cute with the scarf though. It just looks like it's not working out. It's kind of like slipping off her shoulder. But then again, it kind of adds to that kind of deconstructed casual look. And, you know, she's just styled it with simple white t-shirt and jeans, classic. So it does give it its own kind of personality, and she's kind of styling it in her own unique way. And, you know, I think it's quite common these days to even see, you know, when models are walking down the runway, they hold their bags in like unexpected ways, like they clutch them or they just wear them in a weird way. So yeah, this is a Birkin being worn in a bit of a strange way, but maybe she just needed it for convenience because she had her hands full. I'm not too sure. Here again, she's wearing a blue jean Birkin under her shoulder. And I love how this one has gold hardware. I think that combination is so stunning. And blue jean is also one of those colors that are very classic and never really go out of fashion either. So guys, that is just some of many of Victoria Beckham's bags. Let me know what was your favorite, and let me know guys if you want me to do more of these celebrity handbag videos, because they're actually pretty fun to do. So thanks for watching my video today guys. Give it a like if you enjoyed it, and I'll talk to you really soon. Bye!